Hello, and welcome back to another session of dotConnect. My name is Laura Cabrerizo, and I'm the Solutions Engineer at dotCMS. Last time we were together, I had the pleasure of showing you how to implement dotCMS AI in your environment. As part of my series, Building Your Corner of the Web, I also gave you an in-depth look at the configurations in a document titled Discovering AI. Since then, I've been hard at work creating a new AI site search widget. I was so excited when I found out that we would be featuring this at dotConnect that I asked our sales engineer, Jorge, if I could present it to you instead. He graciously agreed, giving me the opportunity to show you how easy it is to implement AI site search on your own website. To make this process as simple as possible, I've created a new step-by-step guide. This document is geared towards users who have little to no technical experience. By following the instructions, you should be able to implement AI site search in your own environment with just a few simple copy and paste actions. This guide also includes a code appendix with all the necessary code as well as links to discovering.ai document in case you need a refresher on setting up your initial AI configurations and indexes. Let's take a look at that code appendix right now. If you're a more technical savvy user, or if you're trying to implement site search on a headless environment, you can look through the code in the code appendix to see what API calls I used. Scroll down. It's about halfway down. You can see that I have a fetch call to our AI and a few more AI endpoints for completions or search. This code, which is written in VTL, contains all the logic for rendering the search bar, making the API calls to the AI service, and displaying the results. You can pull out the underlying API calls from the VTL to integrate it into your own headless front end and style it however you wish. Let's go back up to the top. Before we dive into the step-by-step implementation, it's crucial to make sure that your indexes are ready to go. I'd like to do a quick review of the Manage Embeddings and Indexes tab over here in our documentation for implementing dotAI. This screen is going to be one of the most important tools in your dotAI toolkit. You can find it by going under DevTools, dotAI, and then you'll see your Manage Embeddings and Indexes over here. Again, I have step-by-step instructions on what all these fields mean and how to implement them inside of this discovering.ai documentation. You can see here that we have several indexes already created. So we have blog content and a default. This VTL widget that I've created uses the default index, but I've given you instructions in case you would like to change which index your .ai search uses. Again, it's vital to confirm that your indexes have content before you start building your search widget. It's the key to making sure your search returns what your users are looking for. Let's get started. First, we'll navigate to our site browser and find our application folder. Next, we're going to add a folder called the API VTL if it doesn't already exist. Because I've already installed this on our demo PM environment, you're going to see all of these things already in here. So you would just go in and you would create the API VTL folder based on the instructions that I've provided. And the instructions are not long. It's only about 15 steps for you to be able to implement AI site search on your own website. So we're going to go in here. We're going to take a look. We have this folder called AI search. If you follow the instructions to the T, you should not have any issues installing this on your own website. The only caveat to that is that this is meant for a single site implementation. So if you're using a multiple site implementation where you have more dropdowns up here in the sites, please contact us if you have any issues implementing this on your own. So we're going to go into AI search. You're going to see our VTL file here called .ai site search widget. We're going to go in here. And what you would do is if you were creating this on your own, you'd go to our code appendix, which is highlighted here. You're going to copy all of this, all of it, straight down to the very end. You just copy that, paste it right into here, save it, and then publish it. Of course, I've already done this step, so I'm not going to do anything to it. I'm just going to leave it alone. But once we're done with that, the real fun starts. Next, we're going to navigate to our Pages section. We're going to create a new page, and then from the right-hand side, we're going to find our new VTL file. So here's Pages. I previously created this page called dotAI search, so we're just going to go right back into here. And you can see I have the search widget already here on the screen, but what you would do is go back up to our instructions. You're going to scroll down a little bit and you're going to see where it'll give you instructions on how to actually create this widget for yourself. So again, it's pretty easy. You're just going to drag and drop. Since I've already created it, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to find it right here. I'm just going to drag and drop it on the screen. And if you install the VTL correctly, it should all just work, which is really great. All right, I'm going to open this URL in a new page so that we can test it. Now, let's take a look at the widget in action on our Travelux website. As you can see, we have a search bar. It has two different search types under it, AI chat and keyword search. AI chat is the one that's going to pop up that little blurb about the content that you have in your indexes, and AI search is going to give you just the links to the different sorts of web content that you have in your indexes. So let's type in skis. So you can see your AI response here. It gives you a little bit of information on skiing. It links in a few of the different destinations that you have in those indexes. It gives you some examples of products that you may be offering on your website. And then it gives you a bunch of different links to information below that you can look through. And of course, all of this can be updated or changed based on your indexes. This pagination is also included in the widget. You don't have to worry about any of that. We're going to take a look at our first link here and see what kind of content we get back. It'll open your products or any of your links in a new tab so that your users can take a look through the information that you want presented to them. Hopefully, implementing AI site search on your own website is now no more difficult than copying and pasting a few lines of code and creating a new page. The documentation I presented will be made available to you after dotConnect. I encourage you to download it, try this implementation on your own sites, and play around with it. If you do run into any issues or have any questions, please feel free to reach out. As a solutions engineer, I would be delighted to help you. Thank you for joining me for this little dive into AI site search. I hope you enjoyed it.